Thank you, Secretary Remonde, for your introduction. Ambassador Katsura, please thank the Prime Minister for his wonderful words in greeting this event. Mr. Hagiwara and other delegates from Japan, Chairman Alcantara and other delegates from the Philippines, Mr. Tsuji, Roy, Mr. Navarro, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, to all our friends who have traveled from Japan for these important discussions, welcome to the Philippines. I am pleased to see such distinguished representation from Keidan Ren, the Japan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, and the Keizai Doyukai, and from the private sector. To JPEC and to PhilJEC, to the members of the Philippine-based Japanese and Philippine diplomatic and private sector communities working hard to achieve the already positive relations between our two nations, thank you. We value your commitment to help us achieve our economic goals. Japan has been one of our most important trade, investment, tourism, and development assistance partners. Since February 1953, or 56 years ago, when President Elpidio Quirino received the first chief of the permanent Japanese mission. When my father was president in the 1960s, the Crown Prince and Princess, now their Imperial Majesties, Emperor Akihito and Empress Michiko, made a state visit to the Philippines. And today, Japanese-Philippine relations have never been stronger. Japan remains one of our country's largest sources of foreign direct investments. Japan has made a major contribution to peace and stability in Mindanao. And as in the case of many recipient countries, and in fact the world at large, witness the announcements of Prime Minister Aso with regard to the IMF fund in the G20 meeting and the fund for developing countries in the Davos meeting. Japan is by far the #1 source of official development assistance. While the global economic crisis has created unprecedented challenges for all countries in the world, we are fortunate to have inaugurated the Japan-Philippines Economic Partnership Agreement as a milestone in our relations. This landmark agreement can play a significant role in helping our nations capitalize on the mutually beneficial economic opportunities that will support our efforts to meet the global challenges and build a stronger long-term economic relationship. The GPEPA is about bringing advantages to both nations while eliminating disadvantages. Any trade agreement requires adjustment for both parties, but this agreement will benefit both of our economies. The agreement will bring about liberalization of trade and services within our two countries, facilitation and greater liberalization of investment, and enhanced technical cooperation and capacity building. It will promote an increased flow of resources and help create a bigger market that will provide greater opportunities and larger economies of scale for both Philippine and Japanese businesses. Also, it will improve access of Philippine products and services for the Japanese market. It will immediately have a positive impact on farmers, fishermen, and processors because bananas, pineapples, crabs, shrimps, chicken, and tuna will have better access. Japanese industries will be able to supply the Philippine manufacturing sector with critical inputs such as Japanese specialty steel products, auto and auto parts, and electrical and electronic appliances and parts. Textiles and apparel will enjoy mutual elimination of tariffs. With limited exceptions, the agreement enhances Philippine service providers' access to the Japanese market and guarantees non-discriminatory treatment. For the first time, Japan will accept foreign health workers. our very much in demand Filipino nurses and care workers. We hope to see more trade in outsourcing, tourism, maritime and air transport, banking, and telecommunications. This is particularly important because with the global economy and trading system under assault, it is essential, as Mr. Hagiwaka said, that political and business leaders throughout the world stand up and face down those challenges. This certainly isn't the time to raise barriers to trade, as what was done in the 1930s, or to retreat into domestic isolation, as what destroyed the world in the 1930s. Instead, we must come together, as we are doing today, to address our common economic needs, as we have done in the past and will continue to do for many years to come. So I congratulate both the Philippine and Japanese delegations for your efforts to find ways to expand trade, investment, and other levels of cooperation.